Hey guys, welcome to part 3 on the song Wave. In today's lesson we're going to be learning it as a solo arrangement, and we're going to be learning it in the key of E major. If you haven't been watching the other parts, in part 1 I played the solo arrangement trying to be as faithful as I could be to the 1967 recording from the album Wave. In part 2 we learned the chords in the key of D major as per the recording, and in today's lesson we're going to be shifting it up to the key of E major and learning the melody together with the bass lines and some chord fills to make it into a solo arrangement, which I hope you enjoy. If this is your first time here, guys, please subscribe to our channel. You can leave us a comment, drop us a like, and if you're interested in having the tabs and the backing tracks that go with the lessons that we do, then please head over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/altguitar. That being said, let's get down to it. Now, if you remember in the previous lesson when we learned it in the key of D major, in the introduction we had a vamp which was D major 7 going into G over D. So it was like, now because we're going to learn it in the key of E major, all we've got to do is shift up 2 frets, and we're going to have essentially the same shapes, but we're going to be using the open E bass, so the 6th string. That's going to be our bass note. But the shapes are the same. So we have E minor 7, and then we have A over E. So it's that half bar just gets shifted up 2 frets. So E minor 7, then A over E, back to E minor 7, and A over E. Those are the first 2 bars. And then we have again E minor 7, but this time we're going to do it in the shape of like a D on the 7th fret, and then shift that up as well to the A over E. So the next 2 bars, so bars 3 and 4, are essentially just going between E minor 7 and A over E, but on the higher position, 7th fret. And then the last 2 bars of the introduction, we have E minor on the 12th fret, back to A over E. Okay, so I'll just play you the introduction complete. Sounds like this. And then we're going to have the beginning of the melody, which then puts us in the key of E major. So far we were just in the key of E minor, and if you're familiar with the modes, this is E minor Dorian. One thing to note is that the bass should be going twice per bar. So here we're in the time signature of 2/2, and so the bass is going 1 2 1 2, so like this. Now remember this pattern, because that's going to be coming in between the A section and the B section. We're going to be using that quite a few times. So next up, what we have is the A section. And the A section has 12 bars, and we can look at it as 3 lines of 4 bars each. So let's start with the first line. We have the melody starting just after the vamp of the introduction. The melody starts here. So those are the first 4 bars of the A section. And the melody that we have starts on the 3rd string on the 6th fret. That B we're going to play with the open E, open 6th string. And at that point we're playing over the chord of E major 9, but we're just gonna we're not gonna use that third finger. That's gonna be our open B. That's part of the melody. So it's gonna be, we're gonna do a light accompaniment. Just make sure you play that really light, because we have a D sharp here, which is above the melody, and we don't want to hear, we really want to hear the B. Okay, then we have the diminished arpeggio, which sits over the C diminished. We're gonna play these two notes together. This is the bass on the 6th string, 8th fret. Then we have a diminished shape here is still a C diminished. And then we're on the B minor 7. Okay, there. So after the B minor 7, well, we're gonna play a rhythm that sounds like this. So we're anticipating the chord change. The next chord is an E7 flat 9. So this looks like a diminished shape. It is also a diminished chord, but over the bass of E, it ends up being an E7 flat 9. So 9th fret on the 1st string, back to the 7th fret. And we're going to play this shape here, which is a really lovely A major 9. So there's quite a few changes here. So we're going to use the A major 9, the A major 6, and the A minor 6. Okay, so this section goes like this. Let me do it again slowly. So change the major 6, lift finger 3 and close in the bar here, and then change the shape to A minor 6. And then at that point we're over a G sharp 13. So let me just play that one more time a little bit faster. So now here we have a G sharp 13, G sharp 7 flat 13, and like a C sharp 7 sus. Okay, so that sounds like this. Then we have a chromatic run. Which goes over like a C sharp 7. We're going to slide up to the 9th fret, grab the bass, and this sits perfectly over an F sharp 9. And then we're going to just play single note for a few beats. Melody ends there. Okay, so from the dominant chords, from the run of dominant 7th chords, from the G sharp 7, 13. And then we're then back into the intro groove that we had. Now, just note here, when we when we play the F sharp 9, you can do a little slide if you want into the 6th fret of the 3rd string. We have a hammer on, pull off, and then another pull off into the open string. Okay, so you can hold that 3rd fret because like a C9 shape. It's quite cool because it becomes from C9 to B7 sharp 9. It sounds quite bluesy, that ending. Now this is one of the reasons why I chose to put it in the key of E, because this is much easier to play up here in the key of E than doing the key of D. Is quite hard to do that, because we have the open string. It allows us to do that. Let me just play slowly from the beginning, just for you to kind of see the overall of the A section. So. So after we have that hammer on and pull off, we're going to play the open E again. So C7 to B7, and then 2 open Gs, have the bass, and play that really, that's the end of the melody. Now ideally we'd be able to hold that over the change of chords here that we have in the introduction when we have that vamp again. But we can't really hold that. But if you play that note, you'll notice that the E, the 6th string, rings sympathetically. So you can lift it off. We play it again on the following bar. So and again we're back to here. One more time. Now here again you can vary the rhythm. You can maybe do, if you would like to do, if you want to add a little bit more syncopation, you can do. It sounds quite nice to just vary, just have fun with that rhythm. Let's take a look at now the B section. So the melody is up here on the 12th fret. It's really quite simple at that point. So we're going to work over the chord of A minor 7. We're going to go between an A minor 7 to a chord of D7 over the bass of C. And then a G major 7 over the bass of B. So these 3 chords form the first 4 bars. So these 4 bars sound like this. So we start with the 12th fret on the 1st string and the bass. So those are like filler notes. And then the melody in triplets, 10, 8, 7, then back to 10 on the 2nd string. And then play that 10 with the 7 together. Then we can change the shape to the next shape of G major 7 over B. And then the next 4 measures are quite similar down a tone. So then the melody is on the 10th fret, but here we're going to play this is a C7 sus kind of a chord. And so the bass is 8th fret and the melody is on the 10th. And we're going to play all these notes to fill. The melody in triplets. This is very much like the D7 over C. Now this is a C7 over B flat. So same here. And then we have like a B7, B7 flat 9, flat 13, and a B7 flat 13 only. So that's these 4 bars sound like this. So starts again. So the complete B section. Thanks for watching, guys. That concludes part 3. If there was anything that wasn't clear, it might be useful for you to have the tabs so you can see the chord grids and the rhythms. The tabs are available on our Patreon page as well as the backing tracks. That's patreon.com/altguitar. Next up, we have part 4. And in part 4, we're going to be taking a look at Jobim's solo, his melodic ideas and harmonic ideas. He takes a solo in one of the choruses in the original recording of 1967. And it's very interesting to analyze, to draw some ideas from it. And we're going to be checking that in the next part. Please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving us a comment. You can drop us a like. But apart from that, that's it for now. I look forward to seeing you in part 4.